Thank you and welcome to the show this morning. The topic this morning is Streetworks and AIDS. And of course, we're fortunate to have with us to talk about this very, very important and very, very timely issue of HIV and AIDS. Employees or members of the organization Streetworks, which is a very, very important organization here in Nashville, Tennessee. And of course, as members of that organization is the office manager, Mrs. ASpearman, and with Ms. Spearman is the client personnel at Streetworks, Ms. AAnderson, and of course with Ms. Anderson and Ms. Spearman is Mr. BHarleston. Of course, Mr. Harleston, let me welcome you, Ms. Anderson and Ms. Spearman, to the show this morning.
Thank you.
And to tell you, the three of you, how very, very happy we are to have the three of you here, because as we said earlier, we're familiar with the organization Streetworks. And of course, Ms. Spearman, let's start off with you by having you and later on Ms. Anderson and Mr. Harleston to give us some information about your background, your education, and some of the things that were important in terms of eventually getting you involved in this heroic fight against AIDS and HIV. We'll start with you, Ms. Spearman, and of course Ms. Anderson and Mr. Harleston will give us some information about their background, and then we'll talk about this as an issue this morning.
Sure. My name again is ASpearman. I am the office manager at Streetworks. I manage the office there. I've been there for about 8 months now, and I was told through the person over development over at Streetworks at the time that they were in need of an office manager. So when they told me what the background of the agency was about, the importance of HIV and AIDS and the type of work that would be involved within that matter, I jumped to that opportunity, because there's nothing like doing outreach in the community and being involved in the community. But it wasn't until I got to Streetworks till I was actually able to see the big picture of how this virus, HIV and AIDS, is truly affecting our community, especially in communities of color.
And so it's a very, very important issue, and you're involved in it as the manager of this organization. What about you, Ms. Anderson? How did you become involved in this activity?
My name is AAnderson, and I'm the client advocate at Streetworks. How I became involved with Streetworks is that I was once a client myself. Not regularly, but I was a client, and the director, I guess he saw that I had potential, and then being positive myself, that helped, you know, and I like to help people and give back. Like Ms. Spearman, I didn't know how graphic the spread of this disease is, and I think I could be a good asset, you know, to help others that's just like me to overcome the obstacles that I did.
Okay, you know, Mr. Harleston, I think that both Ms. Spearman and Ms. Anderson have indicated the importance of this organization, and I understand you've been involved with this organization for a number of years now, for quite a while now, much longer than either of the two of them. Is that the impression? And I also understand that you're the a person who has quite a bit of information in reference to this. Let's talk about your experiences. I mean, your background and some of the things that got you involved.
Well, a little bit of experience. I first came into contact with dealing with like individuals that were HIV infected in the early 90s.